I'm struggling because you spoke about the repelling. People are repellent to change, as we were trying to interpret the proverb. And I hold it that the need for compensation that you're talking about, the need for existence of IMLU and other structured agencies and bodies is because we, the Kenyan people, have repelled the change that we created, which is the Constitution of Kenya. You've cited the Public Order Act of the 1950s. That and many others were meant to collapse the moment we promulgated our Constitution.
2010,
Actually, it is there in the transition and acquisition. Everything was to collapse and we assumed the new laws. But we seem to be resisting that. And hence now all these forms of conflict, whether it is legal aid or medical aid or other social interventions that we have had to do, they arise because there is that conflict between we, the people, and the laws we have, and the implementers in their various capacities. There is a clash. So it seems the bigger problem is not just isolating the police, the extrajudicial killings and all those versions of the rule of law, but it's the fact that we have failed to honor the very Constitution that we swear to, especially for the people who are employed to serve the public. Would that be a correct assumption?
Yeah, it is, and thanks for that. And when I was walking in, I was listening to the news, the news at 9 a.m. news, and one of the members of parliament, I think it was Honorable Millie Odhiambo, was stating that if we do not have the goodwill, we can create laws, we can amend laws, we can repeal laws, but everything will remain the same. And she's absolutely right.
Yes.
The problem we have is that we create laws that exist to manage or to support the political class, not the local Mwananchi. And that's why you see that when this law is good, then you'll support it. A politician will support it. At that particular very time. When it's bad, they will not support it. At one point in this, there is a former Vice President Modi Awori, who said at one point that when you're making these laws, that make them, that when you sit on the other side, you'll still be comfortable with them.
You will
still be comfortable with it. And we have seen even former cabinet secretaries, very serious state agencies who are former in the other regimes, now falling prey to the very laws that they created at the moment. And when they do that, they run to the Mwananchi to say that we are being persecuted. The laws should be made for a very, very common Mwananchi down there. So in a nutshell, our politics tend to decide which law is good and which law is bad. Of course, for today, if you're saying that we need, for example, flexible tax regimes. In the former regime, they will say that's okay. In the current regime, they will say at that time it was that time, but we need to support ourselves to get taxes. For today, it's good. For tomorrow, yesterday it was bad. And the same thing again will repeat when the next, for example, administration comes in. They will say, we were not there at that particular time, but for now, this is exactly what we need. So we need to have laws that are extremely objective and supportive to any common Mwananchi, any Mwananchi, at any given time. So that the law that applies to a member of parliament is the same law that applies to me, the same law that applies to you, is the same law that applies to someone who is running a business down the streets here. And that has been the problem that we have had in this country, that people create laws and then apply them selectively depending on where they sit at that particular time.